What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the lounge. I'm Austin, joined by Brady as always. Brady, how you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing pretty good, Austin. How are you?
I'm doing all right, thank you. We also have a guest with us today. We got your brother. We got Ryan. Ryan, how you doing, friend?
Yeah.
I'm doing fantastic. It's been a fun week. So
Yes, it has been. It has been quite the week. Ryan is joining us today. We are going to be talking Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Me and Ryan have both beat it. Brady, did you play it at all, or?
Nah, I'm a pussy to the scary games, man.
I was literally just about to say he's a pussy, and he cut me off before I could say it.
She's like, I'm gonna just get it out of the way so he can't even say it.
Yeah, we all know. We all know.
Brady enjoys the wacky bullshit that comes out of Resident Evil more than he
Yeah.
actually likes Resident Evil.
I love the over the top stuff. That's awesome.
That's very fair. Very, very fair.
When we get into the spoiler part, I'll mention what clip I sent him, and I think Austin will know which clip I'm talking about, but it's the big action set piece in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a 3-minute clip of that and I just sent it to Brady immediately.
But yes, we will be talking Resident Evil Requiem today. We're gonna start off spoiler free, and then when we eventually get to spoilers, we'll put a time code and we will let you guys know beforehand. But Ryan, I want to start with you because you're more of a Resident Evil expert than I am. What would you give Resident Evil 9 out of 10?
Okay, well, I debated on if I wanted to say this or not, but I have to. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
It's the easy answer because it's 9, but it's like the more I think about it, it's like 8.5 is too low and 9.5 is too high. So that's the one. Because I do have some issues with the game. Like there are definitely some things where my eyebrow was raised, but the dopamine that came from the highs were too drowning to for me to even care about the lows for longer than 5 minutes. Okay. So there's really only one section of the game that I think is going to really age badly in replay value. But yeah, overall, when you only have a 15-minute section of a 12-hour game that's bad, it's okay, I think a 9 is fair.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's completely fair. I'm right there with you. I'm at a 9 out of 10 as well. I was going back and forth on if I wanted to go to 10 because me and Brady had talked earlier over the weekend, and we were talking about how no one had given it a 10. It's just sitting very heavily at that 9.
It's been a good amount of 9s I've been seeing.
Because here's the reason why. It's because if you're not a Resident Evil fan, there's so much fucking bullshit in this story. I've listened to a couple video game podcasts that I don't usually listen to just to hear their perspective. Mm-hmm. And all the Resident Evil fans are this is a top 5 game. I love this one in the series. This one's incredible. And then the non-Resident Evil fans are yeah, it's a great game, but goddamn, that third act is wild. That is jumping the shark.
No, the third act was my favorite. I loved it. I am new getting into Resident Evil. I've always known about it, obviously. The first one I ever played was 5, but I wasn't really paying attention when I was younger. So I didn't really jump into Resident Evil until Biohazard. So I'm still trying to go through and play all of the remakes. I haven't finished them yet. This makes me more motivated to go back and actually finish. I have 2 and 3. I still need to get 4, but...
I think 4 will be your favorite, if I had to take a
4?
guess.
Okay. Right now, this one is my favorite. Requiem was great. It is essentially 2 different games, but both of them are fantastic. Playing as Grace and Leon are 2 completely different experiences. I know I played in first and third person. I think you said you only played third person, right?
Yeah, I'm
the pussy though. I'm the pussy.
So it's not that though. So in retrospect, now that I've done the game about 2 times, almost 2 times, I've almost finished my second playthrough.
God damn.
I do regret not experiencing it for the first time in first person because there's a lot of like, especially in the care center, there's so many like narrow hallways that I feel like would have been elevated if I could like peek around the corner rather than just sort of like, hopefully the chef's not there. But yeah, no, I do regret doing it that way. But I'm also just kind of a purist, and like, to me, like, I liked the Ethan games. I liked them. Don't get me wrong. But like, to me, the Resident Evil experience is third person or fixed camera angles, and they're never going to do fixed camera angles again. So like, third person's the way it goes.
No, that is fair. But yeah, I think at least for me, I feel the first person for Grace does just add that intensity and makes it scarier and more stressful. But I really enjoyed going back and forth between the two. I thought in the beginning Leon's sections were very short, but that changed in the back half, so it evened out. I was able to keep up with the majority of the story until the third act, because that is all a bunch of older stuff that I'm lost on.
Yeah. Well, when we get to the spoiler section, hopefully I can shed some light on some of it. Because there's a couple things that, like, I'm, like, internally freaking out about, but, like, to you, it's probably like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever, that was just a boss fight. Like, but, like, internally, I'm just like, I can't believe they did this. Like, it's just... Yeah, to add to your point before about the third person and first person thing, I will add that Grace, and they did a really good job with certain details, because like they recommend you play Grace as first person.
Yes.
But like if you watch her play with the lighter instead of the flashlight for the opening portions of the game, the light that comes through her hair is like the best fucking hair I've ever seen in a video game. Like, it looks incredible. And then when you're running away, I'm assuming this isn't in the first person perspective, or else it would have gotten super dizzy. But in the third person, when you're running away, she's slipping and falling on the ground and like flailing her hands, and like the camera reacts differently than it does in first person. So it's not like in your face, but it still generates a lot of energy through different animations. I thought that was a really cool touch.
Maybe that's why it felt like to me Grace didn't really run.
No.
Like she was like, I would try to run and I feel like I'm going faster, but I'm not really running. It's like maybe a light jog, but we aren't moving very fast because I'm trying to get through these hallways. I'm like, I'm not going any faster. I know I can sprint.
Have you seen the original Scary Movie?
No, I don't think I have actually.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a scene in it where Anna Faris's character is like running through the cafeteria, and she has her arms flailing everywhere, and it's like the most goofiest run ever. And that's exactly what Grace does multiple times in this game.
Yeah, I saw a clip earlier today of her running in third person. I was like, huh, yeah, that's not how that looked in first person. Thankfully, because I think you're right. I think that would have been real dizzy and probably off-putting for a lot of people. But no, I think those.
Well,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Well, they released a third-person mode for Ethan in Resident Evil Village with the DLC, and I was like, ooh, that's a cool idea, because like I enjoy the third person. So I tried playing it, and I switched it back to first person within like the first 2 hours, because unlike this game, that one felt like it was like kind of tacked on, where it was like this was a game that was meant to be first person, and third person makes it awkward and dizzy, and you can't line shots up really well because like the way like enemies are hidden like from the angle, like it's very weird. And that game did not feel like a third person. This one feels like multiple times where I said out loud, I'm like, this feels like Resident Evil 2, like in third person. Like it's actually insane.
But yeah, I think my biggest gripe is there's two endings. There doesn't need to be two endings. I feel like even Capcom didn't care about the second ending because it's just the cutscene and credits, and that's like it. There's no music to the credits. It's not the credits you get for the normal ending. It's just black screen and credits roll. I'm like, why? It doesn't need to be there.
Now, without spoilers, like I heard what the ending is. It reminds me of like in South Park Stick of Truth, where like you have to go into Mr. Slave's ass, or you could just leave the room and the whole world just blows up and it goes to credits.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, essentially.
This ending kind of reminded me of.
It's half baked. Like, it's really not, like, I don't even know what the idea, especially because, like, we'll get there later, but, like, there's an obvious choice in the game that I feel like would have been way more compelling, and you could have, like, worked around it instead of, like, doing something super drastic in the bad ending that they gave us, to the point where even as a player, you're just like, yeah, that's not canon. Like,
yeah, that happened. I'm like, there's no way, right?
No shot in a million years. Like, but it's I don't get it. They did that in RE7 as well, and like it's also equally as pointless in RE7.
I will say that after the credits roll for the ending and it shows you your playtime, it's like, hey, do you want to experience the other ending? And it takes you back right before that point. So props for that, to where I didn't have to play the game through an entire second time to get both endings. I do love that. I think more games should probably do that. As someone who doesn't really have time to replay a lot of games.
But... A lesser game would have made you replay it just to get the trophy.
There's
like just to get that ending specifically.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to hear Austin's take on these trophies.
Dude, they're hard as shit. Ain't no way. Yeah. Not a chance. You have to go through the game without healing and crafting. There's no way.
Well, here's the thing.
No way for me.
Okay, I'll give you a little bit of a cheat on this. So, they have the same achievement in Resident Evil 2 Remake, and what I did to beat that, I can't remember if this one has any asterisks on it that, like, says, oh, you have to do it in a certain difficulty, but you can literally do it on the easiest difficulty, and you can also use unlimited ammo weapons. So that's how I did it in Resident Evil 2. So, like, if you can unlock some of those, like, really broken weapons at the end of the game in the shop, like, you can probably do it, but you do kind of got to finagle your way through there.
Yeah. That's a multiple playthrough thing. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm debated on going back and replaying it, probably in third person completely, just to kind of see what that feels like on Grace's perspective as well. But and just to see what else I missed, because there's so much stuff just collectible wise and fucking notes that I thought I was getting a lot of, and I'm still well under half for everything.
I found a note on my playthrough that actually fixed a plot issue I had with the game. And I was like, oh shit, like this is okay, that fixes that, because I was getting ready to come on here and be like, this is the worst fucking thing in the game. But I don't have to do that now, so
well, that's a plus. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else non-spoilery. Oh, did you have any like bugs or anything while playing?
Not really. Like, nothing major. Like, there's like, so like peeking around the corner in third person was obviously a lot more difficult than in first person. So like when I was doing that, I would have the gun aimed, and like if you have the gun aimed directly at the wall in third person, the reticle like kind of spazzes out a bit. And like it only happened in like a few spots, but it was like, that's weird. Like it fixed itself once I moved away from the wall, but like it's not like stupid little cosmetic things like that. And, like nothing like my game never crashed once.
Gotcha.
Like,
yeah.
And you both played it on a base PS5, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I only had one visual bug that fixed itself by the next area I went to. It was something with the gun, like the strap was just randomly sticking out on the side. I'm just like, okay, whatever, this is fine. It's weird, but it's fine. But no, the peeking around the corner thing, I didn't realize you could do as Grace until like more than halfway through this game, and I did it on accident. Couldn't do it on purpose. Couldn't get it figured out.
See, that's wild, because like I would have been doing that all the time in the care center, like especially in that hallway with the chef. Like, that gave me so anxiety.
I was just trying to position myself to where I could just turn the camera just right to peek around the corner. It's weird that everyone else that I've like in our group has had issues with that chef. I did not get caught by that chef a single time.
Really? Really?
The only time the chef killed me was after I had already killed it, which really confused me, but we'll... On that church sequence, you know what I'm talking about?
Maybe? I don't know. I killed the chef relatively early, so if he showed up later, I'm not sure if I got that.
Yeah, I killed him immediately, too. He shows up again anyway.
Oh.
So I was like,
okay.
oh, okay.
I
But
did
because
not notice that.
it's only in that one part for the church.
Interesting.
That or it's one that just looks exactly like him. I'm not entirely sure. Because it was another one with a giant cleaver.
Well, while we're on the subject of enemies, we can talk about without spoiling.
Mm-hmm.
The enemies in this game are fucking great.
They're
Like,
so terrifying. All of them are terrifying.
They're all great because like usually you have like your your base enemy, and then there's like
Mhm.
the powered up enemy, and then you have your bosses.
Yes.
Like in these games at least. And this one there's like 5 tiers of like normal zombie that like has a fixation either like on light or sound or mess.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
the mess
The
one is
maid.
crazy. Yeah. And then there's like your little mini like roamer bosses, which we'll get to them in a minute.
Yeah.
And then there's your regular big bosses, but like the enemy types in this game like really like I said this to Brady I think yesterday.
Mhm.
I think this is the most dangerous zombies have ever been in Resident Evil because they're so unpredictable compared to Resident Evil 2 and 3 for that matter. Like they could just like I didn't know what speed a zombie was going to dart at me. I didn't know like if they could enter which rooms because usually they're kind of locked in their own like little playground. But like
Yeah.
I'd have zombies that like felt like they followed me through like 3 hallways. I'm just like, what the fuck? How are you still following me?
Oh, yeah.
Like the AI for the zombies in this one were like insane to the point where like I just could not put a pin down on them. Like I like every time they would zig or every time I thought they would zig, they zagged, and that was really tense.
Yeah, I spent a good amount of time running to that main hall because I'm like, I know if I get here, you're not going to chase me. I don't know how far you'll chase me, but I know you at least stop right here.
Yeah. That's honestly why the care center, to me, the best environments in Resident Evil, number 1 is the RPD, the Raccoon Police Department.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, the care center might be 2 or 3 for me. Like right up there with like the Baker House or the Spencer Mansion.
Yeah.
And it's the only thing that's keeping it out of the top spot is because that central hall is the safe zone. And in RPD, eventually the RPD doesn't become safe anymore.
Okay.
And like I always really appreciated that because you got used to it being safe, and then it stopped being safe. So like your little like the security blanket was gone, and that never really happened with the care center. So that's my only real knock on the care center. Other than that, it's fantastic. I love that whole map, but I didn't expect to at all.
Yeah, Capcom and the entire team that works on Resident Evil, they've got their map design down to a T. Like, it is flawless.
Yeah.
These games.
Yeah. It's insane. Sorry, Brady, you can go.
Oh no, I'm about to say. So, Austin said this is his favorite Resident Evil. What would you say is your? Would this be number 1 for you, Ryan, or?
Excuse me. Sorry.
What's the ranking right now?
So, this is gonna piss off some purists if they listen to this. I don't care. I jumped into this series about 6 years ago. Probably 7. Actually, it's probably closer to 7 now. But
6, 7, yeah.
Fuck you. I just totally threw it. But no, so like I was more or less like my first game was Resident Evil 2 Remake. I ended up going back and playing Resident Evil 2. Like it took me a while because tank controls, when you never played tank controls before, is a learning curve. But for me, Resident Evil 4 Remake is number 1. Resident Evil 2 Remake is number 2. Resident Evil, the original Resident Evil Remake, the first remake that came out in 2002, that one is still brilliant, and I'm sure we'll talk about that possible news later on as well, because me and Brady kind of already were like not debating about it, but discussing it earlier in the week about RE1. But Remake is just so damn like consistent. Like it's older, but like it still holds up, especially with like the backgrounds. It's really a beautiful game. But and then number 4 is Requiem, number 5 is Biohazard.
Okay.
All right.
So
Nice. I'm trying to think if before we get into spoilers, if there's anything else
Uh,
that we.
what difficulty y'all play on? Like just regular?
I played on what was it? Because there's 3 different ones.
Yeah.
Where the heck? Let me just get to the library.
So while he's looking that up,
Yes.
so I played on normal mode the first time, even though I regretted it because I was playing with Ashley and she was on normal. Well, she wasn't on normal; she was on easy.
Okay.
But I wanted our experiences to be somewhat consistent.
Mhm.
The second playthrough I played on classic mode, and the difference with that is the ink ribbons are back for classic mode. And for those who don't know, the ink ribbons are the traditional way you save in Resident Evil games because you get limited amount of resources for your gun and everything else. So they also make it a resource to save the game.
Oh, that would have
So
been
you gotta
terrible
kind of
for me.
Oh yeah, you got to pick and choose your saves. But the difficulty is more or less the same. The only reason I would say it's harder is not only just because of that, but they also make ink ribbons craftable. So
Okay.
some of your resources that you would be putting towards, ammo or the hemolytic injectors,
Mhm.
they would then be going towards ink ribbons. So that
Right.
does affect the difficulty, even though the enemies are more or less identical.
Okay, yeah. So I played on what they called standard modern was the difficulty, which I would assume is the normal difficulty. But yeah, there's no way I could do. I think because it tells you how many times you saved, and I think I saved like 32 times. Anytime I went
Yeah.
into a safe room, it's
It
safe.
It keeps track. That's
Yeah,
That's
it
crazy.
keeps track.
That's crazy. Just to
dude,
let you
like-
know, it's me.
I don't know if this game. I don't think this game gives you a rank at the end. I couldn't remember if it did or not.
No.
But other Resident Evil games, they give you a rank like between like F and S plus. And if you go past 3 saves, you can't get an S plus. Like
Okay.
it just kicks you out.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah,
They're all
you have,
good.
you have to do it minimum 3 times, and I think you have to complete the main story in 3 hours for Resident Evil 2. Which, in a 9-hour game, sounds daunting, but when you've done it 1.5 million times like me, you can figure it out.
See, there's a trophy for this one to do it in under 4, and I'm sitting there playing, and I'm like, how the fuck do you do this in under 4 hours? Like, even if
Yeah.
God, it seems like a lot. But I remember I looked up, IGN had like 4 people play it, and they put out like their time to beat, I think the day before, and their fastest person beat it in 4.5 hours. And I'm like,
Yeah.
how?
I
That's
think right
insane.
now the world record. I think right now I saw on Twitter was I think it's 1:57, 1 hour and 57 minutes right now.
That's insane.
So people are like, yeah.
That's how? Even knowing where everything is, you'd have to
Oh.
run flawlessly.
Oh yeah, you kind of got to cheese it a little bit too,
Yeah,
because
you
there's
have
like
to.
for like in RE2 remake, for example, there's like zombies with the way they burst through the door.
Mhm.
If you're hugging the wall next to the door, you can kind of like sneak right past them and they won't grab you.
Yeah.
And like the only way you learn that strat is 1, looking at it like I did, or 2, playing the game 1.5 million times.
So before we get into spoilers, what was your playtime on your first run through? Do you remember what it
Oh
told you?
shit. It was like 11 hours and 50 minutes. Like I really like. Well, 1, I was playing with Ashley, and 2,
Mhm.
I was very much like exploring every nook and cranny. Like I was like, I know I'm gonna be speedrunning this game like every other time I play this, so I might as well take my time now.
Yeah, mine finished at 10 hours, 16 minutes. I felt longer, but I don't think this counts cutscenes and time you're in the pause menu.
No, it does count. Inventory menu.
Okay. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
think
doesn't
this-
do.
Yeah, the regular pause menu and cutscenes doesn't count towards your total game time. But yeah,
Yeah.
mine clocked in at 10 hours, 16 minutes.
Yeah. Also, item box time too, and that's a bitch in other games because like RE2 remake, it's like I gotta get this shit in under 3 hours. I gotta like quickly grab my shit out of that box and keep on moving.
So actually, that's one thing we can do before spoilers too. I saw or was listening to some people talk with inventory management for Grace. I didn't have any issues with it. Did you?
No, but
Yeah.
also like, here's the thing, right? Is like, obviously this doesn't apply to you because you haven't played them as much as I have, but like you kind of get like a feel for like what you need to leave the room with.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, okay, like my strategy is usually gun, ammo, one health item, and an item that I need to get through a door if there's one available to me. Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
so really, like, I'm leaving the room with 4 slots filled, and like depending on how many inventory slots you have, like, obviously when you get later in the game and you have like a full set, it's like it's no problem at that point. It's really just surviving like the first like 4 hours of the game.
Yeah. See, I remember when I first pulled up Grace's inventory and saw how little it was. I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be such a problem. Because I remember I don't remember how far I made it into RE2, but I remember Leon's inventory, and even I think his starting out was a decent size larger, or at least it felt larger. By the time I got to where I was in RE2 originally, Grace's, I think you can only expand 3 times. At least I expanded it 3 times. I don't know how many more times you could expand it.
I genuinely cannot remember. Like you, like inventory, like late
Yeah.
in the game kind of just became, nothing. Plus, like, you're not playing as Grace a ton in the back half of the game.
No.
So, like, and Leon's inventory is totally different.
It's ridiculous. It's ginormous.
Yeah, like,
I looked at it, I was
yeah.
like, oh, I'm never going to have a problem at all. Got it.
No, Leon is cracked. He might
Yeah.
be, like, in contendership for, like, the strongest video game character ever.
He's
Like,
as much as the villain is a supervillain in that game, Leon is a superhero. I feel like.
Yeah. I've seen the joke a million times of like, oh, when you play as Grace, you're trapped in there with monsters, and when you play as Leon, the monsters are trapped in with you.
100%. That is exactly how it feels. Like the first time
Yeah.
you play as Leon, when you take control, you just mow down everything. You're like, oh, okay, this is way less stressful and scary.
It's so brilliant too with the pacing because it's like you're playing all sneaky and stealthily and avoiding these zombies, and in some cases these zombies are giving you a lot of trouble in certain spots,
Yep.
and you're getting so frustrated with them, and then immediately it switches over to Leon, and Leon's just like destroying heads with his fucking axe. It's so awesome. Like,
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Like the pacing with this game, like does it feel daunting? Like you're going from these very horror sections to more action. It like does it flow together very well?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it flowed
Alright,
real
yeah.
well because all of
Alright.
it feels like it helps that it's essentially taking place together. So you're not really bouncing around in locations, which I think is going to sound like a weird comparison, but stick with me, is where Last of Us Parts 2 pacing is weird, is you go through one completely and then you bounce back to the beginning.
Okay,
And
yeah,
this,
yeah.
you're just Grace's part A, Leon's part A. Everything's coinciding, and in one of the 2 sections, the 2 are going to meet up, and that's when you're going to switch perspectives. Whether it be
Right.
Grace to Leon, Leon to Grace, etc. So
and you're never gonna believe what old game has a very similar setup, and that is the next remake that is supposed to be in the pipeline, Code Veronica. So you can very much see how like what Austin said earlier about the map stuff being perfected. I think it might, like, to take a step further, I think their gameplay might be perfected too, because they have struck such a crazy balance of like how to do like the survival horror stuff and how to do the action horror stuff. And like I was gonna save this point for later, but it almost feels like 7, 8, and 9, and also the RE2 remake and RE4. I'm gonna leave out the remake because that one isn't as innovative as the other ones. But it almost feels like this was like their phase 1 roadmap, like their Kevin Feige at more. Like it's like because you get to the end of this one and you're just like, okay, they tried something new with 7 and it got people back, and then they did RE2 remake to reintroduce people to the lore. And then they did Village to wrap up 7, but Village also had a combat system similar to 4. So you play that game, and you're like, this is really good, but it's not perfect. And then you get the 4 remake, and then it's perfect. So they literally they created both like styles of play, and then they immediately perfected it in the remakes. And then this one kind of feels like a culmination of all of that. And it's really like surprising. And when we get into spoilers, I'm going to mention more stuff about that.
Mm-hmm.
But I can totally see this being a formula for them for the next like 5 games, where they have a protagonist that isn't as capable and a protagonist that is, and if they can continue to strike the balance with the story and the pacing, like it's actually insane how dangerous I think this RE formula has become.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy.
Yeah, and with each iteration, it just seems like there's more. It's just attracting much more and more. Like people are buying it, more people are getting into it. Like I got this stat up right here, right now. For Resident Evil 7, it took 437 days to hit 5 million sales. Resident Evil 8 took 174 days to hit 5 million sales. For Resident Evil 9, it only took 5 days
yeah.
to hit 5 days to hit that.
5 million
That's
sales.
insane.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's the Leon magic, baby.
That's Leon, yeah.
If there was any other returning character, there's no way it hits that. Like,
You don't think so? You don't think who they're hinting at for the next one brings big numbers?
absolutely not.
No.
I mean, absolutely not. Like, don't get me wrong, I like that character, but there's a section of the fan base that like doesn't vibe with him at all.
He was at the end of 7, right? I think.
At the end of 7, and
Or maybe it was
we're practically revealing it at this point. But yes, he's in 7 and he's in 8.
Okay, but
He's in 8 actually quite a bit.
yeah, I think it's that third act is what I'm thinking of.
He's actually, I think he's playable. Yeah, he's playable in 8 because they have a DLC for him in 7.
Oh,
And yeah, I've never actually played it, but it's more so like it's more action based. Like it's obviously not anything like Ethan stuff, but yeah, a lot of people are very fatigued of the Redfield bloodline. So like I can, but here's the thing. We're gonna get into this more so later. They better buckle up. Like I don't think he's going anywhere.
But yeah, all right. So final thoughts before we get into spoilers. Brady, do you have anything you want to ask? Ryan, you got anything you want to add on to?
Brady,
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Brady had more.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's a great game. Go play it.
Potentially a game of the year nominated game.
Nominee. It's not
nominee. Yeah, it won't.
Yeah.
If anything other than GTA 6 wins Game of the Year this year,
yeah.
That's a failure on GTA 6's part.
It's GTA 6 award to lose. Yeah. Like,
are they even going to be eligible though? Like, because they come out
GTA
later in the year
6.
now.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Yeah, you're right.
It's GTA 6. They will bend the.
Well, it depends on when they get preview copies. Because if they get preview copies before the cutoff, it can still be eligible. As long as the media gets it.
Okay. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Films do the same thing. Shit. They'll give previews out in December, and it's like, oh, the movie doesn't come out till January, just so we can hit that Oscar date. It's like, you guys are fucking losers.
Yeah.
But alright, those are our non-spoiler thoughts for Resident Evil 9. 9 out of 10 from both Ryan and myself. We are going to get into full spoilers now for Requiem, so if you don't want to listen, come back after you finish it. But alright, we're just going to get right to it. This bad ending, I want to start with because it's so bad. I felt misled the entire game because they're like, yeah, destroy Elpis. That's what you're doing. You have to destroy it. So I'm like, cool, we're going to get here. She's going to destroy it, and we're going to move on. You get there, and it gives you a decision. I'm like, what? I wasn't prepared to make a decision. I haven't made a decision in any other cutscene this entire time. And I was like, well, everything's been destroyed, so I guess we're destroying Elpis. So did that. Leon gets his brains blown out. I was like, huh?
Congrats, Austin, you killed Leon.
Fucking what?
Killed Leon.
I was like,
favorite RE game, by the way.
Is this the first time they've done a decision like in the game?
Yeah,
in this one?
In the game, yeah.
Well, not this. Like in other RE games, is there like pivotal decisions like this?
They did one in RE7, and it's also stupid.
Yeah.
Alright.
Like,
yeah, in that. I'm sorry, you can go first.
No, you're good. But
In that one, it's so fucking like hilariously stupid because like so the whole game you're there to save your wife. Like that is the mission. The whole game is you are trying to save Mia Winters, and
even
then
though
you
she
meet.
told your ass to stay home.
Yeah,
Fucking,
even though
I
she told
hate
you to stay
Ethan.
home, but Ethan's an idiot. So Ethan showed up to the creepy Louisiana house. You meet Zoe, who is the only baker in the entire estate that is trying to help you because she's not crazy. The virus that's infected the family turned them crazy. So she's helping you the whole game. Mia, on the other hand, is infected with the virus, and she's also trying to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming in their logic, it was, okay, by putting them in this position, it'll make the decision a lot harder. But in reality, it was like, I don't think anybody thought for 1 second that Ethan would save Zoe over his wife. Like, they just didn't make Zoe strong enough as a character for that to work.
Yep.
And that's not the canon decision anyway. So it's like, why did you even give it to us? Like, it's so stupid. And like the way, like, it doesn't even change the ending. All it does is really kills off an extra character, and then they just decanonize it anyway in the next one. So it's like, whatever. Like, it's so dumb.
Yeah, I think what annoys me with the decision here is Elpis gets destroyed regardless. Even in the ending where you don't immediately destroy Elpis, Victor comes busting through the door and destroys it anyway. So we get the same outcome to an extent.
I do think they saved some of it, though, because there is that piece of dialogue where Leon says that Sherry got cured, and they needed Elpis to do that. So I'm assuming they got at least some of it out, and I think that's going to play into Resident Evil 10, because, like, you know, setting up into this game, they set up, like, all the survivors of Raccoon City have an illness that is affecting them 28 years later.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of survivors of Raccoon City that we do not get in this game. So I have to assume that there's going to be a follow-up with the Elpis stuff in RE10. And that's where I think, me and you both were saying how we believe Chris Redfield's probably going to be the protagonist in that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so that's where I think that's going. But yeah, I'm with you. It's such a weird decision, and it gets destroyed anyway, and it's like the game even like tells you like, all right, you fucked around and you did the stupid one. You want to go back and do the right one.
And then you pick the other ending. There's a whole nother boss fight and like 20 minutes to this game after you pick the other ending. Yeah. I wasn't ready for that. I was like, okay, why does this other option exist? It's like, clearly you guys didn't even care about it because you made the one cutscene and that was it. This, we have a cutscene, a boss fight, another cutscene, credits, and 2 post-credit scenes. Why was this here?
And one of the post-credit... Sorry, you can go, Brady.
No, it's just to keep you awake, you know, see if you're paying attention.
yeah. And one of the post-credit scene adds more confusion in a really stupid way that Austin 100% did not pick up on because he's not a freak like me. Austin's a normal person who doesn't think about this stuff. But yeah, it's so there's 2 things about the ending that I wanted to highlight on. One of them I mentioned earlier about the plot hole that got fixed by a file.
Mm-hmm.
So at the very end of this game, you fight Dr. Gideon, which I don't know about you, but I thought Gideon was a pretty good villain. I didn't think he was phenomenal. I thought he was good.
That's Victor, right? Victor Gideon?
Victor.
Yeah, he's a fucking super villain. You go into the side house at the end, or well, not at the end. It's about the midway point, and he's got a whole secret lair under his house. He's a super villain. It's like you go into the office and the entire room becomes an elevator. I'm like, fucking excuse me?
Not only that, did you notice that his jacket is designed like a snake skin and that his tongue is pronged like a snake?
No, I did not.
Yeah, I don't know what, like, so I'm under the assumption that he is a tyrant. So the tyrants are the big bosses in the early games. That at the end, like Mr. X is a tyrant, Nemesis is a tyrant. Like these are the big bioweapons that Umbrella created to do their dirty work.
Yes.
I think he was a tyrant that somehow got intelligence, because this is where I was going with the file thing. So he turns into a Nemesis at the end of this game.
Yes.
And it almost pissed me off.
Boss fight.
Yeah, it almost pissed me off. because I thought for a second they were trying to say that was Nemesis.
No.
Like the Nemesis. Because like he was all gooey monster and he looked sort of similar to where he was at the end of the remake. And I'm like, no shot they just shoehorned Nemesis as the final boss battle and they just screwed up Gideon like that. And I was like, I was legitimately pissed at the end. And then I found this file. Gideon injected himself with a Nemesis parasite.
Oh, okay.
So that's why he turns into that at the end. And because Leon's line is really weird. He's like, "Oh, a Nemesis, huh?"
Yeah, he's like, "That's why you're so fucking." He's like, "That's why you're so fucking durable." Or whatever.
Yeah. I'm just like, one, you never fought Nemesis. Like, why are you? How do you know what that is? And secondly, it's like, why is this thing still alive? Fucking, it died like 6 games ago. It's just so like, that almost pissed me off. And then I realized I was like, oh, Gideon turned into that. Okay, I'm cool now. That's fine.
I don't know if Nemesis is dead. Did you find the file in Umbrella that's got the pricing for all of their fucking bioweapons? Because Nemesis is listed in there.
Oh, right. So, like, I'm assuming that means, like, the Nemesis parasite. Like, one of them that like, Victor injected himself in. Because, like, if the Nemesis is 100% rotting at the bottom of Raccoon City, like, he got obliterated at the end of the remake. Like, if he's still alive, like, that's why, like, I was, like, really, like, what the fuck is this? Because they already have you fight Mr. X early on in the game. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, they put Mr. X back together for this? And I'm like, okay, it's enough cool stuff. It's a cool thing with Leon. I can live with that. But the Nemesis one was so out of nowhere that I was just like, what the fuck? Like, this, they're just kind of throwing all the shit at the wall and seeing what they want to do.
Yeah. Like, what did you think about Emily being alive at the end? Because I was real confused about that.
So I mentioned earlier that I thought they could have repurposed the choice mechanic to another moment. I thought it could have been here. Having Leon choose between killing Emily and not killing Emily, I thought would have been really powerful. Because when they switch over to Leon and they have you shoot her as a monster, like, they have you do it, but they don't present it like Leon's being a badass, and you hear, like, Grace crying in the background as he's doing it.
Yeah. And
it's like, it's a really poignant moment in this game series that doesn't have a ton of those. So, like, it was, that I thought was really cool, and I thought, I didn't shoot her at first because I was like, I wonder if this is, like, testing me, and it was like, no, she just keeps attacking you if not.
Well, see, you're a better person than I am. I just fired. I was like, nope, sorry, she's gotta go.
Well, yeah, like I said, I was like, this is a really powerful moment. I'm like, I kind of wish they had the choice here, but then they kind of like, they double back on it immediately because Leon has this stupid line where he's like, it's okay, I didn't shoot any of her vital organs. How the fuck did you know? She turned into a fucking mouth monster, dude. Where is her vital organs?
Yeah.
He knows. He's Leon.
He's been doing this long enough. He's got it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And he has a bunch of moments like that where, like, he'll see Mr. X or something. He goes, not this guy again. Like,
yeah, he does
like,
have...
he's so over it. It's so awesome.
Man, I fucking loved Leon in this from start to finish. It was just great. He is 100% just like a 90s action star in this.
Absolutely.
And it works so well. That fucking motorcycle segment,
oh my god,
is so good. It immediately reminded me of the one in Final Fantasy VII Remake. And
yeah.
This is immediately where my mind went to. I'm like, oh, this is fucking badass. It's like, hell yeah. It's like this shit came out of nowhere, but I'm here for it.
My favorite part was the fucking end of it when it's like you're facing off Gideon and you're like driving at each other like Joker and Batman in The Dark Knight. And then fucking Gideon goes off the side, and fucking Leon has this stupid one-liner, should have wore a helmet. I fucking wore a helmet. I'm like, this game rules. Like, I'm getting everything I wanted out of this.
Just falls like 100 feet to, not his death, just...
Lives, yeah.
Yeah, lives.
Riding on sides of buildings type shit, bro.
Yeah, exactly. The Leon section of this game, like the bigger part in the back half, once you get to Raccoon City, I did really enjoy, aside from the giant fucking spider. I'm so sick of spiders. Can we... No more. I'm done. Why does everything have a giant spider? I'm over it.
Dude, I would be way more critical of it if there wasn't a giant spider in the very first Resident Evil game as a boss battle. So it's like, I wonder if that was the same one that just got way bigger. Like,
It could have been.
It looks very similar to it. Yeah, no. So I want to talk about two characters in particular. One of them means a lot more to this game than the other one.
Okay.
So Albert Wesker is a character that died in Resident Evil 5. Spoiler alert, I guess. And since then, I compared it yesterday to Brady to Sonic's Robotnik problem, where Robotnik is the only Sonic villain that like anyone gives a shit about.
Yeah. And
Wesker is more.
No.
Come on.
Metal Sonic.
The fact that you got to think about it.
Let's say it's the whole next movie.
Yes, sir. Coming in theaters March 2027.
And who was Metal Sonic made by?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know Sonic lore like that.
Brady knows.
He was born that way, bro.
He was born that way, right? No, so Wesker has kind of been like the cloud that has like haunted this franchise since 2009. Because like no villain, like no matter if they have a great villain, none of them are Albert Wesker. So when we got to the halfway point in this game and they revealed Xeno, which is a clone of Albert Wesker,
okay.
I shat my pants. I was just like, oh my god, they finally fucking did it. They finally brought him back. And I do think that they're setting this up for him to continue on in later games. Not Xeno, clones of Albert Wesker. Because at the end of this game, Xeno gets fucking decapitated, and it's hilarious.
I know, you can't... Leon can't shoot him, but he gets decapitated just like that. No issues. Yep. I was like, huh?
Well, remember, he took Elpis. So
that's true. It was after he had the cure. Away. Yep, that is right.
Yeah, he just became a normal human after that.
Yeah.
So, and he had the same powers Wesker had. So, like, without getting too deep into the lore, because, like, it would be 30 minutes for me to explain that. Like, Wesker, is a Umbrella experiment, and they have a bunch of either clones or offspring of Wesker just floating about in the universe. Like, one of the protagonists in RE6 is, like, literally, like, his biological son, and he's just, like a clone, pretty much, of him. But, like, this isn't, like, out of the ordinary for this franchise at all. But, like, I was like, oh, my God, they finally brought Wesker back in a way that's, like, stupid, but, like, it makes sense for this place. And then they killed him. But I do believe that I think they just reintroduced him this way to kind of get it in your heads, like, hey, like, we're bringing him back, and plus he's going to be in Code Veronica, and assuming if they remake 5, he'll be the main bad guy in that. So, like, they definitely have plans for Albert Wesker. That is for damn sure. But when I saw that midway point where they revealed Xeno, I was like, oh my god, like, what the fuck is this? Like, yeah, I was a little disappointed Xeno died, though. Because I was like, they were setting him up kind of big, and then he just, like you said, he just got decapitated. Which I feel like is almost like a disservice to Gideon, too, because I was enjoying Gideon, but then when Xeno showed up, he took a back seat, and then, like, Gideon ended up being the big bad anyway. So I'm just like, I think I'd rather you just give all that time to Gideon. Like,
right. Yeah, no, I really liked Gideon in this. He was great as well. He's a great villain. I'm assuming he is the one that also... Do we get confirmation that he's the one that killed Grace's mom?
I don't know. I don't think it was him. I think it was, like, a zombie that either he, like, infected or possessed or something like along those lines. Because, like, so when I rewatched the scene in my second playthrough, that assassin immediately falls over into the fire and burns along with Alyssa's body.
Oh, okay.
So I think it was like a henchman that he, like, sent to take her out.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. There's also a file later in the game where you literally find, like, the report that he had sent out to, like, hey, like, I'm ordering this assassination.
Oh,
so, like,
found that one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'm paraphrasing a bit, but yeah.
Right. I thought Emily being a clone of Grace was cool. I kind of got that vibe almost immediately. Like, when you go down to that room, you see her in that cage, I'm sitting there, I'm like, She looks a lot like Grace. I was like, maybe it's coincidence, but she looks a lot like Grace. And then once you finally get into Umbrella, you're like, oh, yeah, 100%. It's like they're just cloning her because they think...
Well, that's what's also, like, this to me was, like, the biggest, like, wild thing that they did, like, even more so than the clone of Wesker stuff, is they give Oswald... So Oswald Spencer is the founder of Umbrella. He's kind of like the series big bad, but he's kind of like the ghost that has haunted them, is like, because he died, like, 5 games ago. So, like, he more or less has been sort of, like, just, like, the founder of Umbrella, that obviously Umbrella has, you know, caused all this, you know, all the dominoes to fall since 1998.
Right.
But he's always been portrayed like a shithead. And they totally try to give him a face turn in this game by having him realize at the end of his life that he caused all this destruction on humanity. And that's why Elpis, you know, ends up being the antiviral, the cure for all of Umbrella's mistakes. And I'm like, I love the twist. Like, don't get me wrong, but I'm also not sure if I buy it. Like, I'm not sure Oswald Spencer, like, he did some heinous fucking shit. Like, I'm not saying the face turn wasn't earned, but I'm not 100% sure it was as sincere as the game presented it to us.
Well, so what I'm actually still confused on, and I don't know if there's a straight answer and I just missed it. Was Grace made, or is she just a person?
I took it as she was made, and for whatever reason, Spencer chose her for this project over the other clones. Or maybe the clones were made by people, not by Spencer, because they were trying to replicate what he did with Grace, perhaps. Because, like, that is a little murky. And I'm assuming, like, once I go through and, like, try to find all the files, like, maybe it'll paint a better picture of that. Because that's one of the things that I really do enjoy in this series is how much information they give you through, like, all the flavor text stuff.
Yeah.
Because in the original one, you don't find out Wesker's the bad guy until you find a picture laying in one of the rooms. I can't remember what it is, but it's a picture of him working at Umbrella. And that's how the reveal is given to you in the game. There's no cutscene or anything. Okay. You pick up the item and you see it, and then the next scene you see Wesker, and, like, all the characters know. Because, like, the game doesn't, you know, hold your hand and make it super obvious. It expects you to, like, pay attention and use your brain.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's a lot of wild shit in this game. One of them, I wanted to bring up that other character, Hunk. So, do you remember the boss fight where Leon gets into an axe battle with that commando?
Oh, yes.
Okay. That is a character from Resident Evil 2.
Okay.
He is the 4th survivor of that game. So in that game, there's a mode after you beat it called 4th Survivor, where you play as Hunk, who is considered to be, like, the biggest badass on the planet. Like, he is the Grim Reaper. That's his nickname. Like, he is the guy that Umbrella sends in to clean the shit up. That's why when he showed up to fight Leon, I was like, oh my god! Like, we're getting fucking badass versus badass and stuff. Like, he even said, he's like, Leon, you know, it's about time we meet, or something like that.
Right.
And then you proceed to Boba Fett him in 5 minutes.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, I got through that pretty quickly.
I laughed my ass off. Because I love Hunk, don't get me wrong. I can tell that probably pissed off so many people. Because I'm not joking, that is the closest thing to a Boba Fetted since Boba Fett. Like, that is such a, like, well-received, high, like, people love that character. Even though he's only in, like, 2 or 3 games. And he's very minimal role. Because, like, he's secret assassin that's more or less an antagonist. And so when they brought him in, and they brought him in a way that made sense, and I was just like, holy shit, like, this is so cool. And then you, like, axe him in the neck and you kill him, and he, like, falls over. And I was just like, I just fucking killed Hunk. Like, what the fuck just happened? And I'm like, is this really Hunk? So I, like, looked at him, and if you look at his hand, it has the Raccoon City virus infection.
Oh.
So it is confirming that he is a survivor of Raccoon City, which means it has to be Hunk.
Okay.
But then they do the stupidest, happiest shit ever in the fucking post-credit scene, because one of the commandos that, like, finds whatever it is they found, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So they have
The last.
They have a post-credit scene where a couple commandos are like, "We just took out the BSA agents. We have sight on the target. We'll let you know when we're extracted. We'll get out of here. Blah blah blah." And then it cuts to black. It's the teaser for the next game.
Right.
The voice actor that talks in that scene is Hunk's voice actor. So like, they don't commit to Leon killing him at all.
Unless what we see happens beforehand, or
Possibly,
they're just lazy and use the same voice actor.
Yeah. Or I'm crazy and they found a guy that sounds too similar to Hunk.
That could also be possible.
But no, it was like that whole thing, like, just because as soon as I played, I'm like, nobody who knows these games intimately is gonna recognize who the fuck this character is, because he pops in, you beat him, and you move on. Like, we haven't even mentioned him until I brought him up. He's so insignificant in this game.
Yeah, like you said, it's like a 5-minute fight. I didn't think anything of it.
Right, and it was such like a big like fan service moment for people, and like I can only imagine they're just malding on Twitter right now. Like, I think it's hilarious though, because like, don't get me wrong, I love Boba Fett, I love Hunk, but like, I wouldn't change anything about what happened.
Oh, so for the chef, when you're, I think you're playing as Leon and Grace is trying to like go into the church and you're sniping. One of the last zombies is the chef, and I only know this because I failed. Because I didn't catch it in time. Because he got up to her and he cuts her in half with a meat cleaver. I was like, wait a minute. You should already be gone. What is this bullshit?
Damn.
I was like, you exploded.
That's wild. Yeah, I guess I just shot him. I just didn't even think anything twice about it. Like, that's wild.
I think if I wouldn't have failed, I wouldn't have caught that it was him. Or, like I said, it's just another one that looks a lot like him and has a giant meat cleaver.
Well, you're sniping from pretty far away. Like, it's kind of hard to make out any details on him. Like, you know which one's Grace, and you know which ones are the zombies.
Right.
And that's about it.
Right. But that fucking church sequence as well as Leon was fucking badass.
Yeah, that was sick.
Taking all the zombies out as the church burns to the ground.
Yeah, it's essentially, so Brady, what it is like an escort mission for an entire section of the game, where Grace is having to escape with this little girl who's currently bleeding out. I think Emily's bleeding out at this point, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And Leon is like a building and a half away, and he's just like, looks like she needs help. So he just takes a fucking sniper rifle and just starts mowing down zombies. And Grace is just like looking around like, what the fuck is happening? Like, where did that come from? And it's literally just like a 20-minute escort mission. Not even 20 minutes. Like, it's pretty good though. Short, like, it's like he said, super badass. And you're like running across rooftops, and like, that's the part in the game that I told you about where he slides on the roof and he lands on top of a zombie and squashes the head on the ground, and he's like, look out, or something.
He just loves to kill him.
He loves to kill it, and he loves his stupid jokes that only pop him. I love it.
It's just so many one-liners. Someone was that I was watching compared Resident Evil to Fast and Furious. I was like, you know what? Yeah, kind of. I was like, I see it. It's like, it knows what it is. It doesn't take itself too seriously.
It's got a formula.
Yeah, and it works.
Like, yeah, and it works. So the comparison I made was Mission Impossible and Fast and the Furious, like, mixed. Because, like, you're right, it has all that stuff you just mentioned, but, like, also it's, like, Mission Impossible where, like, each one just keeps getting better, and it has no right to do that. Like, no ninth entry in a franchise should be this good.
So all we're missing is at the end of 10, the entire crew is going to be out around having it at the barbecue, just having a good old time.
For family.
The family.
For family.
For family.
I don't know, I feel like they were pretty anti-family in 7. It's kind of the whole shtick.
Welcome to the family, son.
I think I'm alright.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't discussed puzzles, like, at all.
Well, that's because there's not a lot of them.
There's not. It felt very few and far between. I think it's
Are we feeling positive about that, or do we feel like we need more? Or
I wouldn't have been mad at more, but it did feel like, I haven't finished Resident Evil 2. What I've played through Resident Evil 2 has more puzzles than all of 9.
Yeah, I would say so. Like, most of their puzzles are more like escape rooms.
Yes.
Where it's like,
Yeah.
you're trying to find the item to unlock the room where you can get the item to unlock the other door that you can then grab some statue that you need to stick into a convoluted lock in a door to unlock a door.
Yes.
Like, it's like, it's very, it's escape room stuff. And, like, that's the part of the, like, the puzzle and the thought process stuff I enjoy in these games.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's also, like, you know, the storage and the planning your routes. Because, like, enemies don't, like, respawn. Like, they just, you know, the enemies that are in the spots live and die in those spots.
Yeah.
So you can clear yourself a safe path, quote unquote, and then work around that safe path.
Back up.
Until they get back up.
Or the game says fuck you and ruins your path entirely. Like,
Yep.
When I was in the basement for that final switch that you need to get, I had planned my route. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go through this, whatever room the forklift's in. We go across the hall, drain the blood, grab the switch, go back across, and we just go back the way we came in. So I go there, cross the bridge collapses. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, now what do I do? Because when I take the switch out, the fucking door closes. So I'm stuck.
Yeah, that's the game does not hold your hand at all.
No.
Like, it is, like, it'll help you a little bit. Like, it'll mark items on the map for you to, like, go back to later. So, like, if you're, like, stuck, you can just look at the map and be like, oh, there's a padlock on this door in this room. I should probably try to find a key or whatever. Like, you know, or like, there's a corrosive agent that needs on this fucking thing. Like,
that's one thing I was kind of going back and forth on, because I remember in RE2, I don't think it shows you on the map where stuff is if you've seen it. It's just either if you haven't gotten everything in that room, it highlights it red, but once you've cleared it all out, it made it blue, so you know everything, you got everything. This game does not do that.
No, so this game is all right. So you're half right on the RE2 thing. Mm-hmm. So it does show up on the map. The thing is with it, the thing with it is that's different than with Requiem. Is in Requiem, as soon as the item is in your eye line, it shows up on the map. Yeah. It's way more forgiving in Requiem. In Resident Evil 2, you have to either toggle, like, you have to hit the X on the item, or you have to see the toggle on the item. Like, you have to literally approach the item, and it has to present itself to you in order for it to pop up on the map. So Requiem's a little forgiving in that regard.
Yeah, there's so many times I would open up the map to try and plan around and be like, oh, there's something here that I've somehow missed, but it's on the map now. Okay.
Yeah. And I love the oh, sorry, Brady.
Oh, no, go finish your point.
I love the layout because, like, the layout of this map, of the care center specifically, is like so RE2 and RE1 coded at the same time. It's like the bottom floor is RE2, and then the top floor feels more like the Spencer Mansion.
Okay.
And it's like there's so many, like, little references throughout the whole game to, like, older stuff, and it's like they really, like, this felt like a 30-year anniversary game, which obviously it is, but like they really felt like this was a culmination of all of these. And I think the future is real interesting because they chose to focus on these new remakes and new game on Leon. They did 2, 4, and 9 kind of wrapped up the story of 2 and 4. I think the future out of this is going to be about the Redfields and Wesker. Because I think they set up Wesker for him to show up in 10, or at least a clone of Wesker to show up in 10. Mm-hmm. Obviously, he's going to be in Code Veronica, which is supposed to be the next one that we're getting next year, I believe, is what Just Gollum said.
I think so.
That's the rumor at the moment, not confirmed.
Yeah, right, yeah. It's the leaker who's been leaking Resident Evil stuff for like 15 years said so. So I'm taking it as most likely until it's not.
Yeah.
So Veronica is supposed to be next, and that one is literally Claire and Chris focused. And I think they're going to do the switch off stuff with this game, similar to how they did with Leon and Grace, where Claire is going to be the Grace role, and Chris is going to be walking in and out of rooms punching zombies in the face.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, speaking of that, I guess we'll go through that real quick. What the leak shows is there's DLC coming later this year. Doesn't have a specific date. Just says DLC 2026. Code Veronica Remake 27, Resident Evil 0 Remake in 28, Resident Evil 10 29/30, and then the 1 remake is 30 plus, is what the roadmap seems to be for Resident Evil for the next 4 to 5 years, give or take.
That's very consistent.
It's super consistent. Yeah. It's like the most consistent studio out at the moment.
Which is insane compared to a decade ago with Capcom. Right. Where I remember hearing conversations being people
dead?
Like, "Is Capcom dead? Should PlayStation come and just buy this IP?" Like the transformation that started with RE7, like Monster Hunter and all that. Like they've been doing amazing. Like the RE engine is a triumph.
Yeah.
Ubisoft will get there one day, or they'll just die. Who knows?
I don't think they'll get there one day. I would love for them to. But
I will be there to piss on their grave when it just happens.
I'll be there.
But no, to add to the theory I have about Wesker and the Redfields. So you just named 4 projects, was it? Veronica, 0, 10, and 1?
Yes.
3 out of 4 of them are guaranteed to have Wesker in it.
Okay.
The only one that's not confirmed is Resident Evil 10.
Right?
Yeah, which he could be still in it.
Right.
So, like, we might be getting Wesker for the next 4 games. And Chris will be in at least 2 of them, 3 if he's confirmed for 10. And the thing that I find interesting about that is I thought Resident Evil 5 was going to be coming pretty soon.
Yeah,
and it looks like it's not. And if that's the case, I'm very confident in this prediction because Resident Evil 1, if they're going to do the Resident Evil 1 remake, they're going to have the entire story of Wesker and Chris right before the Resident Evil 5 remake, and that's where that all culminates. So, like, it just makes sense that the first phase of their RE games was going to be about Leon, and now this next one's going to be about the Redfields. At least that's my prediction. I have no info on this.
Right.
That's just me analyzing.
I wonder if an RE5 remake isn't coming because they think it just... I remember when it originally came out, people were real pissed.
Yeah, because it's the most racist video game of all time.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
So, it takes place in Africa, so all of the zombies you're killing are black. People were not happy about that.
No, and there's also parts in the game that really go hard into the African stereotypes.
Oh, does it?
And yeah, there's a whole section that they would probably have to cut out of the fucking game. And yeah, here's the thing though, you can kind of work around it though, because what you do is instead of making them all black people, you just make them all like zombie monsters that like don't have a set skin color. Like it's really
it's super simple.
Like it's super easy fix. Like all you have to do is cut out the bullshit and then fix the designs of the enemies, and I think you're good. But
like the only thing that sticks in my brain from that game is like one of the first fights with that man with the chainsaw and the bag over his head. That's the only thing I remember about Resident Evil 5.
Yeah. That's a cool little character, like a subtle character arc thing with Leon, is how like in Resident Evil 4, if he touches a chainsaw, it's an insta-death. And so like the whole game, you're kind of petrified of chainsaws. And then in like one of the first sections with him, you get to use a fucking chainsaw.
The chainsaw fights were so fucking awesome.
Yeah,
they were so good.
The hunter has become the hunted.
Yes.
Yeah, Leon's so cracked in this game. I can't understate that enough.
That's why I think the bad ending is just even worse, because it's like I've just been mowing shit down the whole time, and now I just die. It's like I don't buy it. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it seems like if you were gonna take Leon out, like if you're gonna end his story like that, I feel like you'd at least, if you're gonna have him die, at least have him go out with like a hero's death type of thing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he gets the line at the end before he gets his brains blown off. He's looking at Grace. He's like, "Well, I didn't save everyone, but at least I could save you." And then boom, they blow his brains out.
Which is like not a bad ending to his character arc, but it's also no.
Yeah, I'm like, this doesn't like this. It's like I feel like this can't be the right ending because this doesn't feel right.
No. See, that's what's so interesting to me about these remakes that culminated in this game is like they fixed Leon's story so hard in 2 and remake, or 2 and 4 remake. So essentially the whole thing with 2 is at the end of the game, yeah, he survives, but he was a cop that let an entire city get mowed down and destroyed. Like, he failed on his first day on the job, and he carries that into Resident Evil 4, where the entire primary objective is for him to save one person. He couldn't even save one person in his first game.
Mm.
So that's all it is for. He's trying to save Ashley Graham, the president's daughter.
Yeah.
And the whole character arc he goes through in this game is he is clawing tooth and nail to make sure he doesn't fuck up again, and he succeeds, and he does his mission because of how terribly it went the first time. So then in this one, it's been 28 years, and like clearly obviously his character improved in 4, but there was still so much baggage left behind with Leon in Raccoon City, and he gets a lot of that closure, so much so in the final scene in the game, in the good ending, he's like, man, I feel like I'm fucking 10 years younger, or whatever he said, which a lot of people have theorized that like they de-aged Leon in this game, which I hope they did, because that'd be funny.
They could have. Maybe that's what Elpis does.
Maybe. But yeah, it's like at the end of this game, you feel like Leon's story arc is done, and like obviously he'll be back because he's fucking Leon, but like I don't think he's gonna be back for a while, especially if this roadmap is
Probably
how
not.
it's currently looking.
Yeah. Say the earliest I would assume you get him is probably 10, and that's if he's in.
Yeah, and also a really cool mirroring story thing that I think, like I said, the storytelling in this fucking franchise is garbage for the most part, but they have nailed Leon's character arc in these 3 games. You first see, or when he gets to the RPD, Marvin pulls him from safety underneath that doorway, and he gives him a weapon. In this game, Leon meets Grace by pulling her out of danger in a doorway and then gives her a weapon.
The most busted weapon I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fucking Marvin gave him a knife that breaks on 3 hits, and fucking Leon gives Grace the most powerful gun in the franchise.
Yo,
Yeah, I was trying to get to that point. The Requiem, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Like, I've been hearing that gun is insane.
It's ridiculous. It one-shots everything.
Yeah, pretty much. It didn't one-shot the chef, though. I found that out the hard way.
It didn't. Oh, the chef.
Yeah.
See,
that's how I was like, this is a good shot, I feel like. And then I fired it, and he backed up. And then he just looked at me and kept moving. I was like, that's bullshit.
See, I saw the chef and immediately was like, oh, he's unkillable. I'm not even going to try. And then you get those injectors. And I would always let him go past me in that hallway to get to the parlor where all the upgrades are. Yeah. And I think when I went to go behind him, it gives you like that R2 pop up. And I was like, oh, okay, well, let's try this. So I stab him and he just fucking explodes. I was like, oh, perfect. This hallway is safe now. It's like, we're good. I've got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, that's a lot of the fun with these games is like, you do feel like you're making progress at all times.
Yes.
Like, in one way or another. Whether it's, like, destroying an enemy for good and clearing a room that you know is safe, at least for a while. Mm-hmm. Unless you leave them alive and they turn into Crimson Heads. But
shit, fuck those things.
I'm sorry, they're Blister Heads in this game. But they're Crimson Heads.
They're terrifying.
Yeah, they are. They are an old mechanic from the RE1 remake that they never did again until this game, which I thought was really weird because I loved it, where if you kill a zombie and you don't burn the body, they turn into a big red monster that's faster and hits harder and takes a ton more damage. And they're terrifying in those games. So in this one, they pretty much adapted the exact same thing. But instead of burning the bodies, they give you the hemolytic injectors, which might be the most valuable item in Resident Evil history. Like, that thing is incredible. I wish I had that in every game.
I should have used it more. I found myself crafting more ammo than those injectors, mainly because I feel like I would get in more situations where I'm just running and shooting. I'm so bad at stealth. I am so bad at it. So I'm like, I'm not going to craft these things to try and sneak up on something just for me to fail and then not have any ammo to kill it. So I guess we're crafting ammo.
The pro strat I'll give you for when you play 2 and 4 is, I'm pretty sure these zombies did that too. There was like a 50% success rate because, like I told you, these were kind of unpredictable. But kneecap them. Don't shoot them in the head. Shoot them in the knee, and they will stumble, and you can run right past them.
Okay. So,
Yeah, it's got like a 90% success rate in RE2. Like sometimes you'll shoot them and they'll keep on moving. Just shoot them again, and it'll probably work that time. But yeah, that's an old school trick, is fucking shoot them in the knee.
I was aiming for the head in this one just because if you manage to blow off their head, they can't become blister heads. So I was like, well, this works just as well. So we'll just aim for the head. The only problem is I shoot like Grace. so didn't go very well all the time.
Yeah, I could be wrong about this, but did they have gyro aiming?
I don't know. If they did, I didn't use it.
So motion controls with your controller.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't think so.
Okay, because I thought I heard someone was using it and they liked it, but I didn't know if that was like
that sounds like a Switch thing.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But
yeah, another enemy I wanted to talk about was the screaming zombies.
I hated those fucking things.
Those
they gave
awesome.
me so many problems.
So this is essentially what these zombies do. You walk into a room and you automatically start hearing a creepy song sung through the hallways by a zombie that's like dressed up in like this white gown, and she looks almost like a specter.
Mm-hmm.
And the song is creepy as shit on its own, but then she'll like use her voice to scream at you, because as we mentioned earlier, some of these like retain certain personality traits that you can kind of abuse with certain environmental stuff. And this one, she screams at you, and as soon as she screams at you, you can't aim right for like 10 seconds, 20 seconds, something like that.
Ridiculous.
Like it becomes impossible to hit her in the head. So you just have to fucking run like hell and hope you can like sneak up on her to take her out.
Yep.
And I thought she was such a creative, but I thought the whole retaining memories and personality traits was a genius move overall, but that one was my favorite.
Yes. Did you figure out anything with the doll that was in the other clone's cell?
No. So I don't know how much of this you've seen on Twitter, but I guess there's like this final puzzle.
Yeah, that no one has figured out.
Yeah, and it's like it has to do with like the doll and the monster hand you get from when the hand gets cut off on the elevator.
I didn't even know you could pick that up. Kaylee was talking to me about that.
Yeah.
She's like, "Did you pick up the hand?" I'm like, "The hand?" I'm like, "What fucking hand are you talking about?" She's like, "The girl's hand after it gets cut off in the elevator." I was like, "Oh no, I didn't even double back for it." I was like, "I just assumed that bitch was dead and moved on."
Yeah.
Didn't even look.
Which that was a great fake out too, because I thought for a second Grace got her leg cut off.
That's what I thought. I was like, "Oh my god, this bitch doesn't have a leg now. Why?
I know.
And then I'm like,
there's no way they're this evil. Like, it scared me for a second, because Ethan would lose limbs all the fucking time.
Well, that's because Ethan wasn't a person.
Ethan, yeah. Also, Ethan was an idiot.
Ethan was an idiot. I fucking hate Ethan.
See, I love Ethan, but like I recognize Ethan's a moron. Like
Ethan's entire story could have been avoided if his dumbass would have just stayed home.
Yeah, he's way better.
That's what she said, bro.
That is what she said. You should have listened. She was right.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, she also made some very questionable decisions.
Yeah, why is she there?
Why exactly? Hey, I got employed by Umbrella to hang out with this little girl. Like, I'm sure this is gonna be fine.
What could possibly go wrong?
Umbrella has a great track record, trust.
100%.
Yeah.
They make medicine, right?
Yeah.
Which that was a cool Easter egg that I saw on Twitter today, was the opening scene with Grace on her laptop. Someone zoomed in, and I guess she's like posting Reddit posts about the Baker incident, which would have happened a year prior to that flashback. So I thought that was really funny. That was a cool little reference.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think if there's anything big that we haven't talked about.
Honestly, no. I mean, we kind of covered most of our bases on here. Like, it's, like I said, there's just so much to talk about that I feel like probably like 10 minutes after this show ends, we'll probably
be like, oh yeah.
Yeah. I got something, actually. I just took a look at my notes. I have a DLC speculation.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I have two theories on this.
Mm-hmm.
One of them I have no proof on because I haven't paid attention properly to back it up. But does Victor Gideon lose an arm halfway through the story, or does he have it the entire time?
I'm pretty sure he has it. No, because when he comes back in with Elpis, his arm's all fucked up before it turns in and he decapitates Xeon. Does he
Yeah,
lose it in the motorcycle crash?
possibly.
That might be
My
it.
theory, my theory is so this is the first game with Leon in it without Ada Wong. She is pretty much his main love interest.
Okay.
Um, my theory is they're going to release so in Resident Evil 4 they had a Separate Ways DLC, which was kind of like a side story with like what was Ada doing while Leon was doing this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what they're going to do. I think it could be an Ada DLC where it shows like what she was doing while Leon was doing her thing. And I think maybe it's like, oh, she cut his arm off or something like that. That's just speculating, though.
Okay.
But my second guess was Mercenaries mode. I don't know if you know what Mercenaries mode is.
I do not. I would assume, because this was going to be... I don't know a lot about the DLC they've put out for the previous games to guess how they would do it, but my immediate thought went to, like, when you enter Raccoon City, you get that credit band. Something to do with that, like an arcade type of mode that they would put out. I'm assuming that's what Mercenaries is, or am I off base with that?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So it's Mercenaries mode was in the original RE4, and it carried over into Village, and obviously RE1 or RE4 remake. It's essentially a mode where it's like it drops you in a map, and you have to survive and like pick up power-ups as Leon, and you just have to run through zombie after zombie and try to beat a high score without dying. And it's really fun. It's just full on their action on display,
Right.
and you can find like power-ups and weapons around the map, and it's a really fun game mode for like after you've beaten everything. I could totally see them doing that with Leon's gameplay in this game.
Did you play around with any of the new weapons or upgrades once you got to Raccoon City?
I switched out the handgun because I thought the handgun was like significantly more powerful, and I switched out the shotgun, which the shotgun has a really cool reloading animation.
Yeah.
Where he's got, you know what I'm talking about, where he's like got it tucked under his fucking chin. That was so awesome. But yeah, I did the handgun and the shotgun. I was a little disappointed with their upgrade system. It doesn't have nearly as many options as RE4.
Okay.
Yeah, and honestly, Village too. Village had a little bit more as well. So.
Yeah, because I remember when you had sent us the video of the rooftop sequence when they're just fucking bombing you, essentially.
Yeah.
I looked up in the corner, you had like 45,000 credits. I'm like, fucking, what? Huh? I was like, I'm spending mine as soon as I get them. Why do you have so many? Because I would re-upgrade my armor every time, because I felt like that shit just got deleted so quickly, especially once you get into the more armored, like essentially, I think they were probably BSAA agent zombies that have all that SWAT and riot gear essentially that are just mowing you down with machine guns.
Yeah, those are tough.
Yeah, that armor didn't do shit. And
also, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, it looked like there was supposed to be 3 levels of armor, but I never saw a level 3 armor. I don't know if that's maybe something for later, like New Game Plus or whatever. But in the armor bar is split into 3 sections, but I never saw a level 3, unless I just missed it.
So here's the cool thing about the New Game Plus in this game. So you automatically get the points tracker from the beginning.
Yes, I did see that.
You get the points tracker, and they also add in the crates for Leon to use as well, so he can access the upgrades and stuff, like literally immediately out of the gate.
So is Leon the only one that gets that tracker?
Yeah, yeah. Grace, pretty much how it works is like Grace's resources are all finite, and Leon's is infinite.
Damn near
unlimited.
It's like,
yeah, like however many bullets they have in the area is however many bullets Grace gets, unless she crafts them.
Right.
Leon, it's like if you're going low on handgun ammo and you kill a bad guy, the game just might randomly give you 10 bullets for shits and giggles. It is so funny how much the game just hates Grace and loves Leon. Like it's just It's actually amazing. And the thing is, Leon's just no selling all this bullshit too.
Yeah,
like
he's
it's
like,
so ridiculous.
It's just another Tuesday. It's fine.
Yeah, dude. Okay, Brady. At the very beginning of this game, he drives a $400,000 black Porsche to the Scare Center.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
Yeah.
He leaves it behind too. He goes into the care center, and the nurse is like, Leon Kennedy, Dr. Gideon said he was expecting you. And Leon pretty much says, yeah, I figured, let's go.
Seasoned veteran.
Seasoned veteran. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I didn't know this till like yesterday, but I didn't realize Raccoon City is just Chicago.
Oh. I didn't know that either.
Apparently it's just like, people were like, "Hey, that's in Chicago." It's like, I think when he was like rolling in the city or some shit. I don't know.
See, the Resident Evil does this thing that the show 24 does, where they don't want to get in trouble for naming countries, or regions. So they'll just have a really generalized term. Like, for example, like Raccoon City, they describe it, what state it's in, as the Midwest.
Yeah.
Quote,
what other Midwest cities are there?
Yeah, the Midwest.
Yeah.
That's all it is. In Resident Evil 4, they go to clearly Spain, but they call it Eastern or Western Europe country. In Africa, it's North Africa. Like, they just refuse to fucking like name the country, and it's really funny. And it's
kind of funny.
Really weird.
Also, I have some new. Like, I saw 2 days ago, Dusk Golem tweeted about what the DLC could be.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know for sure. He says it might be a Leon focus. Don't really know.
That would make sense.
The game was supposed to come out last year,
Yes.
apparently.
Yeah.
And then it got internally pushed. So it was supposed to be, that game came out last year, DLC this year, but now it might just be this year. And also that Nintendo's releasing RE9 amiibos on July 30th, and whenever they drop amiibos, usually that's when content also drops. So I could see it around that time period.
Okay. I wonder what you would do with an amiibo in this, because usually they like
weapon skins is what he's saying.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But
did you buy the deluxe edition by any chance?
I did not.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I didn't buy it myself. I just looked at what they had, and the only thing that really interests me is, actually, this is a good thing to mention to you. So if you play RE2 Remake, you should totally get the original soundtrack. I think it's like 99 cents in the store or something like that.
Okay.
It replaces the in-game soundtrack with the soundtrack from the 1998 game.
Ooh,
and
that's sick.
Okay.
It's so good. It totally changes the experience of the game. Like, it's really good.
Hell yeah.
But they have something like that in the store, but I don't know what that would be for Raccoon City, for this game, because obviously there's no original soundtrack to pull from. So I'm assuming it's like tracks from old games that like pop up.
Yeah. But all right, I think that is all we've got. I got nothing. Brian, Brady, you guys got anything?
No, we talked about every last inch of this game.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't overlooking anything. But all right, that is our review, both spoiler-free and spoiler-filled, for Resident Evil 9 Requiem. 9 out of 10 from both me and Ryan. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And we'll see you guys not next week. We'll see you guys in a few days to talk about just some shit that's been going on in the industry. Peace.
See you.